1.4 million people are in active service in the Indian military at any given time. It's the world's second largest standing military force and the largest voluntary armed forces on the planet. Indian Army, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy have always made the country proud. Soon, there will be a new addition to this list. The Indian Rocket Force is set to take flight. But what will be the Indian Rocket Force? China already has it, so is this India's counter? And which weapons will the Indian Rocket Force possess? The Indian Defence Forces are now thinking much beyond its borders. The Indian government is laying the groundwork for an integrated rocket force with a mission to thwart China's rapidly expanding missile and nuclear capabilities. The IRF is set to become a tri-service organization, joining the ranks of other tri-service command organizations like the Strategic Forces Command, Defense Cyber Agency, Defense Space Agency, and the Special Operations Division. But what sets the IRF apart? Unlike its predecessors, this missile force will exclusively employ conventional missiles, including the formidable BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles and subsonic long-range land attack cruise missiles, not to mention short to medium-range ballistic missiles too, like the upcoming Pralay. It's India's strategic response to a twofold challenge along the 3,400 kilometers long LAC. First, to create options for deterrence by denial operations against the PLA without unleashing heavy conventional forces. Secondly, to have a ready reservoir of long-range combat firepower. An integrated rocket force serves both these purposes. After 2020 Sino-Indian border clashes, India strategically positioned its conventional missile arsenal close to the line of actual control, prominently featuring the BrahMos and Unveiling cruise missiles. Pakistan's intentions also factor into the IRF's launch. The recent successful test firing of the Pralay surface-to-surface ballistic missile and its inclusion into the Defence Acquisition Council's final list has given impetus to the likely creation of the rocket force. So is the newly tested Pralay missile sufficient to counter India's nuclear-armed neighbours? Pralay missile is a tactical quasi-ballistic missile, capable of striking targets within a range of 350 to 500 kilometers. The missile warheads can vary in mass from 500 to 1,000 kilograms. And the missiles themselves can be deployed in silos or mobile missile launch systems. It is India's sole conventional tactical battlefield missile. Aside from the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, the Pralay's operational range brings previously thought unreachable PLA military infrastructure in Tibet within reach. The recent Chinese missile advancements and growing Indian Ocean presence are compelling India to reinforce its missile strategy. To bolster the anti-ship cruise missile arsenal, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy have already test-fired the extended-range, upgraded BrahMos missile. It is indeed in New Delhi's interests to shore up its sea-based deterrent with a credible land-based missile capability. So what do you believe? Does India need a dedicated rocket force? Leave a comment below, and if you like this video, then subscribe to our channel or hit the like button so that it can reach more viewers.